So originally, this weekend's recap would have been on the F1 race as the main focus in Bahrain. But of course, there's no Bahrain this year because of war and politics in the Middle East. So because of that, I've had to change the focus of this weekend's recap to some NASCAR regional short track action. I mean, hey, it's not the worst thing to happen. I mean, the other option could have been I don't recap at all for another week like last week, but we're not. But I decided I'm back from another 1 week break. Yeah, that just shows you how much the world's already gone to shit when I've taken like 2 1 week breaks from racing this year. But yeah, because we had ARCA West racing in Tucson, Arizona, and Modifieds back in action at good old Thompson Speedway. So let's take a look at how those 2 races fared this week. So we're going to begin with the ARCA West race at Tucson Speedway in Tucson, Arizona. As well, this race was mainly dominated by Cole Denton. Even though David Smith did lead at one point in this race, Cole Denton would get the lead back. Even with a bit of a brief lightning delay for lightning within 8 miles of the track. Yes, we do get lightning storms in the Arizona desert, believe it or not. And yes, the 8-mile lightning clock rule that is in the Cup Series, it applies in ARCA as well. I believe it applies in a lot of outdoor sports too. Other motorsports have it too, so complain all you want. But the rule has honestly done a lot more good than bad. You know, you can't control the weather, sometimes you just end up being shit out of luck. But when we did get back racing, Cole Denton would go on and dominate and win. Even despite the best efforts from Trevor Huddleston at the end, nothing could stop Cole Denton. And Cole Denton gets his first career ARCA West win, winning at Tucson Speedway. So Cole Denton is a winner in the ARCA West Series, but Huddleston continues to hold his lead in the championship. Also, weirdly, Haley Deegan started in the ARCA West Championship. I know it's early in the year, but damn. And I know there's not many that full-time competitors, but damn, not bad for her return to ARCA West. Yeah. You know, maybe there is a future for her somewhere. You know, she just needs to find the right series, I guess. But hey, congrats to Cole Denton on the win. Well deserved by him. Potentially a bright future for this young man. Time will tell for sure. But hey, it's a first career win in ARCA West is a good step in the right direction. How bright will his future be? Time will tell, and God only knows. But hey, congrats to him on the win. I mean, not much really happened in this race. It's just a typical ARCA West race. What else do you expect? Now we go to the Modifieds race at Thompson Speedway. Good old Thompson, that's had a lot of great ARCA moments in the past. Even some great moments with SRX2 that one year with Doug Kobe winning. But yeah, Modifieds back in action again after a couple weeks off from Martinsville as they begin their first of a lot of standalone races. Well, on the Modified schedule, they only have 2 companion races with Cup, and Martinsville was one of them, the other one being Loudon later this year in August. Because then, yeah, and for anyone wondering, no, Richmond is not on the Modified schedule. Which, that's fucking stupid that Richmond's not on the schedule. But yet we get 3 dates at Thompson. Like, I don't hate Thompson Speedway. I just think it's overkill to have it being 3 fucking dates. Like, I mean, the 2-date thing is one thing. But 3 dates, that's kind of overkill. Yeah, but I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, Daytona's most likely going back to 5 dates next year since Daytona's rumored to get the Clash next year. And Daytona already has about way too many dates. Because you have the 500, you got the summer race at Daytona, you also got the 2 duels will make it 4, and the Clash makes it 5. That's at least, maybe what, 2 too many races. I think at bare most, Daytona should only have 3. The 2 duels, and the 500. The only other way I'd be acceptable with another date at Daytona in the summer is if they ran the Roval. But I know a lot of fans are against that because, you know, the road course hate in NASCAR is so fucking forced. That's fucking pathetic. But anyway, we're not focused on road courses this weekend. We're focused on short tracks. You know, Thompson had another absolute banger with Modifieds. Modifieds deliver, always deliver here. But most of this race was dominated by John McKennedy. Even though we did get some action with Stephen Kopcik coming up in the front late, leading to a really good battle between the two. But in the end, once Kopcik got the lead late, he never looked back. And Stephen Kopcik gets his second win of the season, winning at Thompson Speedway. So 2 weeks after getting his first win at Martinsville, he follows up his first career win by winning back-to-back races. And we're starting to get a little good idea of the championship picture coming into this, as maybe Kopcik could be a contender for the championship. You know, we'll have to see what happens later on this season. There's still a long ways to go, but good to see some new names coming up to the front and challenging some of the old veterans in the series. You know, good to see that too. You know, also, there are quite a few mechanical failures, including Ron Silk having some issues early on in the race and never really recovered. And also, Justin Bonsignor also struggled throughout this race, too. Like, some of the veterans in this series struggled a lot. But we got new stars coming in to try and help the series. Because we all know how underrated Modifieds are, and they deserve more attention. And Thompson Speedway is a good way to promote it. You know, it's a solid race overall. Like, honestly, some good short track racing for sure. No, we ain't talking about Spring Bristol because, let's be honest, does anybody actually care about Bristol? And if you do you actually care about it, or are you just pretending to just spite me? Because I'll tell you right now, I saw the attendance for Spring Bristol, and you could say that you care about it all you want, or people care about it all you want. The attendance at Bristol this weekend says otherwise. And the ratings will probably say otherwise too, since Bristol went up against the Masters this week. Which probably means that golf is going to rape NASCAR in the ratings on this. The Masters is going to rape NASCAR in the ratings again for the third year in a row. Again. And it's fucking golf, the most boring sport in the goddamn world. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch fucking golf. And honestly, I'd rather watch short track racing like the Modifieds than watch fucking golf. Honestly, golf's a sport I honestly have a lot more fun playing than actually watching. I will play golf, but I will sure as hell not watch. That's just my philosophy with golf. But anyway, it was a solid race overall. Even though this recap wasn't as long, it was some pretty solid short track action overall. Don't worry, NASCAR Cup recaps return next week with Kansas. So, in terms of next week, see you all next week for Kansas next week. I'm out.